Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Facebook business page, Sandy Caballero, Sandy to Empower Life. Or if you're watching me, also my personal profile is Sandy Caballero. Or if you're watching me on YouTube, is Sandy Caballero, Sandy to Empower Life. Uh, Welcome, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking. This is another live that I have today, and I'm going to be talking about my why and the lessons of patience. Yes, because patience is one of the first thing I learned in this business. So there's two things that I learned in this business, and patience is one of them. So I'm going to be talking about patience. But before I start into my topic, let me introduce myself for those who doesn't know me. My name is Sandy Caballero. I'm actually originally from Panama, but currently residing in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor. All right, so let's dive into our topic. So, like I mentioned, my topic is my why and the lessons of patience. So that's what I'm going to be talking. But before I dive into my topic, I divided into 3 points. So the first one is I'm going to be introducing myself and my why. So why I started on this journey, and also I'm going to be talking about the struggles that I faced when I started my journey, and one of those is learning about patience. And then also, the reward. What did I learn about that struggle? So that's the growth. So I'm going to be talking about those 3 points. Um, so let me just start with first, welcome you guys. So, like I mentioned, today I want to share a little bit of my journey with you, specifically my why and one of the first lessons I learned when I started my digital business. Yes. And one of them is patience. I also, the other one was mindset. But today is more, we're focusing on patience. Okay. So, when I began this journey, I wasn't actually looking for at the moment. I mean, I was looking 5 years prior. I was looking for like an online business opportunity or a business, that was portable. That will give me that flexibility, but at the same time, that financial stability. But like because I saw those YouTube digital nomads, but I didn't know how to do it. Okay, so 5 years passed by or went by, and then in 2023, there was a setback in my film industry. So, because of that setback, I had to look for something. I gotta find another ways because rumors at the time was that it was going to go into the following year. So I started to look into it, and actually I was about to join another business when I saw this YouTube ad, um, and then I saw this online business opportunity. And when I saw this, I say, okay, this is way better than the other business that I was going to join. And what I love about this one is, they had the mentorship, so and other things. But today we're not focusing on that. Okay, so let's go back to track to my story. Okay, um, so so one of the first lesson, like I mentioned, that I learned was um, patience. That's what when I started my business. So like I mentioned, I wasn't at the time. I wasn't looking for a job or another business. It's just happened, and that was because I was looking for, like I say, I was looking prior to an online business opportunity, but I didn't know how. So I kept working, and because of this, I was able to find it. So when I found out about this online business opportunity, uh, I found out that it was what I was looking, because I was looking for something that will give me that freedom, that time freedom, that flexibility, something that would adapt to my schedule, so I'm not attached to a fixed schedule, so this business can work around my schedule. So that was something that I was looking for. And actually, the financial stability, of course, because I do make good money in the movies, However, that is, I'm trading time for that. So I wanted to find something that will allow me to be able to make money, but having that time and flexibility freedom. Okay. And something that will allow me to make money, that will surpass my actual income that I'm doing on my film industry, and having more, so I wouldn't have to worry about money. So when I found this online business opportunity, I found that it checked all these boxes that I was looking for. And the other thing that, I wanted to be able present for my parents, because I do have aging parents and I'm the only one here with them. So uh, if I continue working on my industry, I wasn't going to be able to do that, because I usually work 12 hours per day, 5 days a week. So, um, and then as things are getting expensive, if I cannot, and then stability of the industry, I will have to work like the entire year. And usually, I wasn't doing that before. I was only working like 6 months and taking 6 months off. So that's how I was doing it for the past few years. Uh, but then, that setback came actually on our busy season, which that's when I usually work, because I usually work during summertime and I take off on the winter time, because, it's cold here. Um, and I want to go to a place that is warm. So, but yeah, so I had to think, because I'm getting older, so I need to think about my future. I cannot rely on a job that there's instability, and I don't have that financial stability. So those are the things, and I wanted to be able there present for my parents and enjoy them now that they're independent. So so that's that. Okay, so when I began, yeah, I already say that. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about my first point. I already mentioned the points that I was going to talk. So this is my first point. So I'm gonna introduce myself for those who doesn't know me. So for those who doesn't know me, my name is Sandy. I've been working in the film industry for 25 years. So that was my previous career. Doing now, I'm doing this business, uh, full time, but I'm also still working in the film industry, but I'm more like on call. So only when they need me, I'll go and work. Um, so the other thing that I want to say is, so after so many years in my career, there's a point in life, because this one was my dream job since I was a little girl. But there's a point in life where you reach and you ask yourself, do I want to continue doing this for the rest of my life? And that's what I question myself, because I wanted more in my life. I my perspective of what I wanted from when I was younger to now that I'm getting older is totally different. I was looking for more growth, and something that I wasn't finding anymore in my industry, the type of growth that I wanted, anyways. And I wanted to find more purpose. My purpose is to help people, to help others. So that's what I'm able to find. I was able to find in this business. And the other one is having that balance. Having control of your life, and working on your own terms. So that's something that it made me think, and reflect. And this setback that it was in my industry actually turned out to be a blessing, because it really allowed me to be able to reflect and say, come on, you gotta do something about it. You cannot continue this way. So that made me look into it, and I'm so glad that I found this YouTube ad just before I found the other one. um, so before I started the other one, so I'm so blessed that this pop up before that. And then because it has been the best decision I have done so far. So, and I'm so proud and happy to have found this online business opportunity. So I saw this opportunity because it didn't just offer the tools and training, but also the mentorship and community. And this is something that in the other business that I say, like, I found first and I was about to join, they didn't have that mentorship. If I wanted to have a mentor, I will have to pay extra, and only for that period of time that I was paying. So when I found out about this, that this online business opportunity, it was included the mentorship, and you have a mentor since you start all the way to the journey that you are. So and the support of the global online community, that was something that I really loved. So, and the community was one of the things that I got exposed in this journey. So I'm so happy to be part of this global online community because we learn together, we grow, and I just did a live about for being part of the community, for learning together. So, if you want to watch that one, you can watch that one, and you can learn more about that. Okay, so and and when I saw that, I thought, this could be the path to the life that I truly want. So it really, but like I mentioned, really check all the boxes that I was looking for. So that's why I started on this journey, because I wanted to have that time, freedom, that flexibility, and create that financial stability and be present for my loved ones, so no missing any more special moments with them. So that's the reason why I wanted to do this, and I wanted to be able to retire early too, because I want to enjoy life now, not when I'm in older that I might not able to really enjoy it. So so that's why I decided to go into this journey. Or sorry. Okay, so let's go into the second point. So the second point, we're going to be talking about the struggle of patience. Okay, so this is a funny point, because when well, I said that at the end, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna leave it to the end. But yeah, so patience was one of the first things that I got exposed when I started my journey. But here is the truth: the first struggle was patience. Yes. The second one was mindset, but today we're not talking about mindset. We're talking about patience. So, so at the beginning, I honestly thought the training was short. So I was doing it fast, to go over through the training, but um, so I could finish quickly, and I start working on my business. But when I reached the advertising section, for example, YouTube ads, Google ads, and Facebook ads, I realized this wasn't just a surface level, like a small training, it was an entire world to learn, and it was big. But it's normal because you really have to learn how to do advertising. So you have to do the training. But many times we just want things fast like that, but it doesn't happen that way. So that's why, patience is one of the first things you learn in this business. So I remember thinking, oh no, I was almost done. But instead, I was only scratching the surface, and that was frustrating. Yes. So I remember, at the time I was part of a 90-day challenge, and I was part of this group. And then I told that to my friend in the group and mentioned, like I was so a little bit frustrated because, I thought that, I was going fast. And then I found out that the advertising is huge, the training. Um, and then she told me something. Okay, so this member of the community, that I uh, shared something powerful with me, and that is, you need to learn patience. So that was my first lesson. So patience with a business, because it doesn't happen overnight. Patience with yourself, because even if you want to move fast, you won't grasp everything at once, because there are some things that you will grasp right away, and some things that will take some time to learn. So you have to be patient with yourself. Okay. And the other thing is patience with others, because everyone learns at their own pace. So you really have to have that patience to build it, you know. And as I went through my journey, I started to learn more patience and more patience and more patience. So really, it made a difference to have patience, um, and like the funny thing is, that's what I was going to say at the beginning, is that I thought that I already had patience. I thought that I had patience, but you know what? This business proved me wrong that I didn't have patience. So that's one of the first lessons that I learned in this business. But I'm grateful for, and that's my next point. The rewards growth. So what did I learn from this one? Because of that challenge, I started to grow. Okay, so I learned to focus on the things that I can control instead of stressing about the things that I couldn't control. Okay. And that is, that comes into different levels, but I think the most of the time, where people struggle on this is, they want to see results fast, but it doesn't happen that way. And that's where you need to focus not on the results, but focus on the things that you can control. Okay, because when you focus on the results, then you're stressing yourself, and then you are getting, not motivated, and then eventually, you stop. So that's why, don't focus on the things that you cannot control. Focus on the things that you can control. What is that? Continue learning, do your training, be showing up for your business every day. Because when you control uh, on the things that you can control, um, you will move forward, and you will see that things are going to start falling in place. Okay, because you're not focusing on those results, you're focusing on continue growing, continue learning. So that shift gave me, peace, clarity, and the ability to move forward consistently. you know and it also making me a better leader, because if I can have patience with myself, I can guide others with patience too. So because I can understand them too, and that's why I was saying before, like patience, in overall, you really it is really required in this business, not only towards you or towards the business, but towards others. So that's one of the things that I learned in this business, and you never stop learning, really, because when you think, oh, I already mastered patience, something comes up and you realize, okay, not yet. So um, so just be ready and just adapt, learn, and just go with the flow. So now I'm going to just do like a recap of what we talked today. So my first big lesson on this journey, like I mentioned, was patience. And now I carry that lesson into every part of my life and business. Yeah, because that's one, like I mentioned, there's two of the things that, I value on this business that I learn, maybe probably the hard way in a way. Um, and two things that I thought that, I had, that I was fully, how to say that, confident, that I was patient, I had the right mindset. Well, guess what? The business proved me wrong. But I'm grateful, that I went through that because I learned. So if you are watching this, and if you ever felt frustrated about wanting results faster, know that you're not alone. Okay. I think a lot of people, we go through that. So growth takes time and patience. Okay, so that isn't just a virtue; it's a skill that you'll develop along the way. And yeah, that's something that I totally agree, because, like I mentioned, as I went through my journey, well, my first lesson, I thought that I had patience, and uh, I found out no. And then after that, I learned another lesson of patience. I say, oh, okay, now I have mastered patience. But then I got another lesson of patience, and I realized, okay, no, I haven't mastered. So I now, I just go with the flow, because, you have to keep working on your patience. I think patience and mindset, they go along the way. When I say that, is because it's something that you really have to work on a daily basis to be able to master them, to be able to have that patience, to be able to have the right mindset when you face challenges or setbacks. So um what else do I have here? Yeah. So yeah, like I mentioned, patience isn't just a virtue, it's a skill that you develop along the way. So I would love to hear from you, what's one lesson in life, or if you're doing a business, that has taught you recently? What have you learned from it recently? So share it in the comments, because your story could inspire someone else's today. Just like mine might inspire someone out there, that we faces challenges, that many times we think we're so confident, but then we realize that's not the case. But you learn to to face those, and do you learn how to work on those skills, so you are able to have better control when it happens again, so you can master them. But like I mentioned, this is something that is on a daily basis that you have to work on. So put in the comments, and let us know. I would love to hear your stories, of something that you want to share about that it has happened like me. I will, and you, not only me, I mean, you can inspire other people so that will read the comments. So if you can put it in the comments, that'll be great, and I'm happy to read those. So saying that, I want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today, or with me today. So I want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Saturday for those who are on Saturday, and a happy and blessed Sunday for those who are on Sunday. So thank you again for being here with me, and until next time. Bye, everyone. God bless you. Thank you for watching.